Hello, in this video we'll talk about the story and the structure of the great poem The Night in the Panther Skin. Actually, the story of the poem The Night in the Panther Skin, in a nutshell, it is about the adventures of two knights. The first one is the hero of the poem. It is called The Knight in the Panther Skin. Is Tariel, and the second one is Aftandil, and is the commander of the Arab armies. And the story can be divided into two parts. The first part is Aftandil's quest for Tariel, with the name The Night in the Panther Skin. The poem is on his name, and the second part is Aftandil's quest for Nestan Darajan, Tariel's love. Okay, so the first part, that is the search for Tariel. In the first part, the king of Arabia, Ostevan, has no sons and confers the kingship on his only daughter, the beautiful and wise Tinatin. She has a tender affection for Aftandil, the knight and commander-in-chief of Rustevan's armies. One day, Aftandil challenges King Rustevan to a hunting competition. After 3 days of shooting game, they encounter a knight crying by a river. He is dressed in a panther skin and kills the slaves sent by the king to contact him, then disappears. Ostevan sends parties across the world to search for the mysterious knight, but becomes disheartened when he fails. Tinatin asks Aftandil to find the strange knight in 3 years, promising him her hand in marriage in return. After 2 years and 9 months of searching, Aftandil finds the knight in the panther skin hiding in a cave with only a maiden for company. His name is Tariel, son of King Saridan, who has the 7th kingdom of India. He had served as heir to King Parsedan, king of the other 6 kingdoms of India, for many years before falling in love with Parsedan's daughter, Nestan Darajan. Tariel wages war with the Katavians to earn the favor of Nestan, but is dismayed to learn that she has already been promised to the Khwarazmian prince Porozem. Tariel could not bear the idea of her marriage, and at Nestan's request he killed the suitor. The princess was placed on a boat and set adrift on the seas. Despite Tariel's lengthy search for his love, he couldn't find her. Later, he met Nuruddin Pridon, ruler of Mulgazanzar, who told him that Nestan was alive but wrapped on a distant spot. Teriel retired to a cave to live in the wilderness with Asmat, the former servant and messenger to Nestan. Moved by this story, Aftandil promises his friendship and brotherhood to Teriel and agrees to help him find his love, Nestan Darajan. Aftandil returns home to Arabia and tells Tinatin the story of Teriel. Against King Mustavan's wishes, he returns to his new friend Teriel. So we finished with the first part. The second part is the search for Nestan Darajan, Teriel's beloved. In the second part, Aftandil then leaves Teriel to go to the kingdom of Pridon, where he doesn't hear anything new about Nestan. Continuing his quest, he arrives in the city of Bulanshara. He meets Patman, the wife of the chief Hussein, who falls in love with him. Aftandil sensing she knows the fate of Nestan, succumbs to Patman's seduction. She tells him she has been keeping Nestan at her place, and as Nestan was promised to the king's son, she helped her escape, but in her flight, Nestan was abducted by Kaji, the demon king. Aftandil then returns home to Pridon and to the cave of Teriel, and later all three friends, Teriel, Aftandil and Pridon, decide to go to the country of Kaji with an army of 300 men to find and deliver Nestan. When she is released, all return to Arabia, where King Rostevan forgives Aftandil his flight and breaking the king's order. They all celebrate the marriage of the latter with the king's only daughter, Tinatin. They then leave for India, where Teriel marries his love Nestan. Pridon also returns to his homeland, and the three friends reign happily with prosperity and generosity in their own respective realms. Okay, so we finish with the story of the great poem, The Night in the Panther Skin. In the next step, I will talk about the structure of the poem. Actually, we'll talk about the structure of the syllables in the great poem, The Night in the Panther Skin. The poem consists 1669 stanzas. Every stanza consists of 4 lines, and each line consists of 16 syllables. Okay, and the structure of the 16 syllables in each line could be either 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3, or 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. Actually, those are the two distinct forms of Shairi. Marali Shairi or High Shairi and Dabali Shairi, Low Shairi. Okay, and the poet Rustaveli used both those times in his poem. So in the Marali Shairi or High Shairi, lines are broken into 4 sections of 4 syllables with a cazuela after the second section. Okay, so here in the Marali Shairi, the 16 syllables in each line are divided to 4 sections, each section consists of 4 syllables. Okay, so the 16 syllables are divided to 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 syllables. And between the 8th syllable and the 9th syllable, we have a cajuera, that is to say a comma. That is a break. So, Marali Shairi, I Shairi, the structure of the 16 syllables is 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, with a comma between the 8th syllable and the 9th syllable. Okay? So this is the first type of Shairi, Marali Shairi. And we have also a second type, that is the Bali Shairi or low Shairi. In the Bali Shairi, each line is broken into 4 segments, 1, 2, 3, 4, and each line is broken into 4 segments of 5 and 3 syllables. Okay, so here the first segment consists of 5 syllables, the second segment consists of 3 syllables, then the third segment consists of 5 syllables, and finally the fourth segment consists of 3 syllables. So in the Bali Shairi or low Shairi, the structure of the 16 syllables in each line is 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3, with a comma between the 8th syllable and the 9th syllable. That is to say, it is a break between the 8th syllable and the 9th syllable. Okay? So, we also have the concept of fast pace and slow pace. In a fast pace, when the story or the plot of the poem is fast pace, what is the meaning of fast pace? It means that when things that happened during a long period of time is mentioned in one stanza, then the pace of the story is fast. Okay, so if the stanza talks about things that happen during a long period of time, then it is a fast pace. And we have also the concept of slow pace. What is slow pace? Slow pace is when the poet quotes the feelings of someone, then it happened at a certain minute, so the pace of the story is slow. So if the stanza quotes the things that someone said, then it is focused on a certain minute, and therefore the pace of the story is slow. That is the definition of slow pace. So the quoting of someone, if the stanza quotes someone, then this stanza is in a slow pace. Okay? So when the pace of the story is fast, then the structure of the 16 syllables in each line is 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. Okay? And the rhyming is on 2 syllables of the last word at line. Whereas when the pace of the story is slow, then the structure of the 16 syllables in each line is 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3, and the rhyming is on 3 syllables of the last word at line. So now I will give you an example of a slow pace and a fast pace. Here we have stanza number 791. The pace of this stanza is fast, and therefore the structure of the 16 syllables in each line is 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, and the rhyming is on 2 syllables of the last word in the line. So first of all, I will read the stanza in the translation to English, and then I will read it in the original language, Georgian English, and then we'll explain about the phase of the stanza. So this stanza 791, is in a fast pace. So the stanza to the English translation is as follows: Thou hast read how the apostles write of love, how they speak of it, how they praise it. Know thou it, and harmonize thy knowledge. Love exalteth us. This is, as it were, the tinkling burden of their song. If thou conceive not this, how can I convince ignorant men? So stanza 791 is about the aphorism. It is aphorism about love. Okay. And the stanza in the Georgian language is as follows: Tzagi kitchavs sigwarulsa motikulni ragwar zeren vititruyan vitakeben tzan snubani miaperen sigwaruli agwa maglebs vitejwani amas jreren shenar jelchar ustavle likatsni vitpsa shevajeren. So here the structure of the 16 syllables in each line is 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. Okay, because this stanza is in a fast pace. So here the first word in the first line is tzagi kitchavs. The word tzagi kitchavs consists of 4 syllables. Then the second word in the first line of stanza 791 is sirwa rulsa. Sirwa rulsa. So it consists of 4 syllables. Then the third word of the first line is motikulni. Motikulni. It consists of 4 syllables. And then we have ragwar teren. Ragwar consists of 2 syllables and teren consists of 2 syllables. So here division of the 16 syllables in each line is 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. Why? Because the first word consists of 4 syllables, then the second word consists of 4 syllables, the third word consists of 4 syllables, and finally the last two words consist of 2 and 2 syllables. Therefore, the structure of this stanza is in a fast pace, and the division of the 16 syllables in each line is 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. And again, in the second line of the stanza, we have Vit Itrian consists of 4 syllables, then Vita Keben consists also of 4 syllables. Tsan Snobani consists, the two words consist of 4 syllables in total. Mia Peren. Mi a peren. It consists, the last word consists of 4 syllables. And the rhyming is on 2 syllables. Eren. Eren, eren, and eren. So, stanza number 791 is in a fast pace, therefore the division of the 16 syllables in each line is 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, and the rhyming is on 2 syllables of the last word in line. And the 2 syllables are eren. Eren, 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 and eren. Okay? Again, we are talking here about a fast pace of the stanza. Stanza 791 is in a fast pace, and therefore the division of the 16 syllables in each line is 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, and the rhyming is on 2 syllables, and the 2 syllables are eren, 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 and eren. Okay? And we have stanza 208. Stanza 208. In stanza 208, the division of the 16 syllables in each line is 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3, and the rhyming is on 3 syllables of the last word in the line. So I will read stanza 802 in the English translation, and then I'll read it in the Georgian language, and I will explain why this stanza is actually in the slow pace, and therefore the division of the 16 syllables here is 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3, and the rhyming is on the 3 syllables of the last word in line. So the stanza in the stanza 802 in the English translation is as follows: If fate, the destroyer of all, destroy me, an orphan I shall die, traveling unmourned by parents, nor will those who brought me up, nor the friend whom I trust, enshroud me. Then indeed will you, merciful, tender heart, have pity on me. Actually, stanza 802 is the quoting of the words of Tandil to King Esteban before he travels to Tariel, and therefore he tells to King Esteban that if something will happen to him during the journey to Tariel, then no one can find his body, then at least he requests from King Esteban at least that the King Esteban have a pity on him and will mention him in a good manner and will mourn him. Okay, so I read the stanza again. Again, that is the quoting of the things that Tariel tells to King Esteban before the journey to Tariel to India. So the stanza is as follows: if fate, the destroyer of all, destroy me, an orphan I shall die, traveling unmourned by parent, nor will those who brought me up, nor the friend whom I trust enshroud me, then indeed will your merciful tender heart have pity on me. Okay? So the stanza in the Georgian language is as follows: Tusat ut Roman damam chos, Hovelta damam Hobelman, Garibi Mogde Garibat, Verdam Mitiros Shobelman, Veral Shemsudron Davilta, Daversa Misal Dobelman, Monshemitz Alos Quenwanwe, Pullman Motzale Mlobelman. So here in the first line we have the two words tu satut roman. Tu has one syllable, sa chut roman consists of 4 syllables, so in total those two words consist of 5 syllables, and they are considered as one unit. Then we have the third word, that is da mamchos. Da mamchos. This word consists of 3 syllables. So we have here 5 plus 3, and then we have Owelta da mam Hobelman. Owelta consists of 3 syllables, and da mam consists of 2 syllables. So in total it consists of 5 syllables. So here we have 5 plus 3 plus 5, and finally O Belman. O Belman consists of 3 syllables. Okay, so the structure of the 16 syllables in each line is 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3, and the rhyming is on 3 syllables. O Belman, O Belman, O Belman, and O Belman. Okay. Then in the second line, stanza 802, we have Raribi Mogde. Raribi consists of 3 syllables. Mogde consists of 2 syllables, so in total it consists of 5 syllables. Raribat consists of 3 syllables, where Damitiros, where consists of 1 syllable, and Damitiros consists of 4 syllables, so in total it consists, the 2 words where Damitiros consists of 5 syllables, and finally we have the last word is Shobelman. Shobelman consists of 3 syllables. So here the rhyming is on 3 syllables. O bel man. O is 1, bel is 2, and man is 3. We have O bel man is the finishing of the first line. We have O bel man in the last word of the second line. Then we have line number 3. Veral Shemsud Ron. Veral consists of 2 syllables. Shem Sud Ron consists of 3 syllables. So in total, the first two words in the third line consist of 5 syllables. So there are 1 unit. Das Dilta. This word consists of 3 syllables. Da Verza Misan. Da is 1, Verza is 2, Misan is 2. So in total, Da Verza Misan consists of 5 syllables. And finally, we have Oberman. So the third line, the structure of the 16 syllables in the third line is 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3, and the rhyming is on the last 3 syllables of on the 3 syllables of the last word in line number 3. Okay, actually the last word is Misan Dobelman. So the rhyming is on the Obelman. So here we have Obelman, Obelman, and Obelman. So the structure is the 16 syllables in each line is 5 plus 3 and 5 plus 3, and the rhyming is on 3 syllables of the last word, that is Obelman. And finally we have line number 4 of standard 802. Moon Shemitza Los. Moon is 1 syllable. Shemitza Los is another 4. So in total, the first 2 words consist of 5 syllables. Tkwen Mawe. This word Tkwen Mawe consists of 3 syllables. So it is 5 plus 3. And then we have Gulman Motzale. Gulman consists of 2 syllables. Motzale consists of 3 syllables. So in total it is 5 syllables. And finally, Obelman. Okay, so here again the structure of the 16 syllables in line number 4 is 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3, and the rhyming is on 3 syllables of the last word in line number 4, that is Obelman. Again, the rhyming here in stanza 802 is on 3 syllables of the last word in the line. Obelman, 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 and Obelman. And the structure of the 16 syllables in each line is 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3. That is to say, it is the slow pace, and therefore the structure is 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3, and the rhyming is on 3 syllables of the last word in the line. The rhyming is on Obelman. That is 3 syllables. While in stanza 7, so this is the slow pace, while in stanza 791, that is in the fast pace, the structure of the 16 syllables in each line is 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, and the rhyming is on 2 syllables of the last word in line, that is Eren, 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 and Eren. Okay? And we also have another characteristic to the structure, and the characteristic is that the poet repeats at least on the last 3 letters of the last word in each line. Okay? Again, the poet repeats at least on the last 3 letters of the last word in each line. So we take, for example, stanza 791. The last word in line number 1 is Eren. The repetition is on the last 4 letters. 1, 2, 3, 4. Eren. Eren consists of 4 letters. Then in the second line, the last word is Mia Peren. So the repetition is again on the last 4 letters, that is Eren. Eren. Eren consists of 4 letters. In the third line, the last word is Ren, and the repetition is on the last 4 letters, that is Eren. Again, Eren consists of 4 letters. And finally, line number 4 in stanza 791, the last word is Jeren. Shewa Jeren, and the repetition is on the last 4 letters, that is Eren. So, in conclusion, you can say that in stanza 791, the repetition is on 4 letters of the last word in each line. Eren consists of 4 letters, Eren, Eren, and Eren. Okay? Then, in stanza 802, we have the last word is Damam Chobelman. The last word of the first line is Damam Chobelman. This word consists of 13 letters, and the repetition is on the letters Obelman. Obelman consists of 7 letters. Then, in the last word of the second line, we have the word Shobelman. Actually, the word Shobelman consists of 9 letters, and the repetition is on 7 letters. Obelman, Obelman. Okay, in line, the last word of line number 3 of stanza 802 is Misan Dobelman. Misan Dobelman, and the repetition is on the letters Obelman. It consists of 7 letters, as I already said, so it is Obelman, Obelman, and Obelman. And finally, the last word of line number 4 is Motzalem Lobelman, and the repetition is Obelman, that consists of 7 letters. So here we have in conclusion, in stanza 802, we have repetition on the 7 letters of the last word in line. Obelman, 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 and Obelman. While in stanza 791, we have repetition on 4 letters of the last word in line. That is Eren, 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 and Eren. And I will give you another example of stanza number 2. Actually, the first chapter of the great poem, The Night in the Panther Screen, it is introduction. In the second line, the poet praises God that created the universe, and requests from God that that God will forgive his sins. So I will read the stanza in English, in the translation to English, then I will read it in the original language, in the Georgian language, and then we'll see on how many letters we have repetition on stanza number 2. I repeat again that the poet repeats at least on the last 3 letters of the last word in each line. Okay, we'll see on how many letters the poet repeats on stanza number 2. So stanza number 2 in English is, O one God, thou didst create the face of every form. Shield me, give me mastery to trample on Satan. Give me the longing of lovers, lasting even unto death. Lightening of the burden of sins, I must bear thither with me. Okay. So, as you can see, here in stanza number 2, the poet praises God that creates the universe, and he requests from God that God will forgive him the sins that he did. Okay. So the stanza in the Georgian language is as follows: Merto erto, shen shekmen sacher ovli satanisa, shen dami pare, zleva metz dat gunvad me satanisa, momets mijnurta survili, sikdid me la satanisa, sodvata shesubukeba, muntana za satanisa. Here, the last word of the first line is Tanisa. The word Tanisa consists of 6 letters. Okay? And it repeats on all the word. That is to say, it repeats on 6 letters. Because Tanisa consists of 6 letters. Then the last word of the second line is Satanisa. Okay? The word Satanisa consists of 8 letters and repeats on the last 6 letters, that is to say, Tanisa. So here in the first line we have Tanisa, in the second line we have Tanisa also, so it repeats on the 6 letters of the last word in each line. Then in the third, the last word on the third line of stanza number 2 is Gasatanisa. The word Gasatanisa consists of 10 letters, and again it repeats on the last 6 letters, that is Tanisa. Again we have Tanisa, Tanisa, and Tanisa. And finally, the last word in line number 3 and of the line number 4 is Tsa Satanisa. The word Tsa Satanisa consists of 10 letters, and the repetition is on the last 6 letters, that is Tanisa. So in stanza number 2, the repetition is on 6 letters of the last word in each line. That is to say, here in the first line we have Tanisa, in the second line we have Tanisa, in the third line we have Tanisa, and in the fourth line we have also Tanisa. So the repetition is on 6 letters of the last word in each line. Okay? Repeat again that the poet repeats at least on the last 3 letters of the last word in each line. So in stanza number 2, the repetition he repeats at least on the last 3 letters, but in stanza number 2 he repeats on 6 letters. In stanza now, and the 6 letters is Tanisa. In stanza number 791, the repetition is on 4 letters of the last word in the line, and the 4 letters is RN. And finally, in stanza 802, the poet repeats on the last 7 letters of the last word in each line. And the 7 letters are Obelman. Obelman consists of 7 letters. Obelman, 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 and Obelman. Okay? So I will, in conclusion, the characteristic of the structure in the great poem The Night in the Panther Skin is as follows. First of all, each line consists of 16 syllables. Actually, the poem consists of 1669 stanzas, and each stanza consists of 4 lines, and each line consists of 16 syllables. Okay? And the second characteristic of the structure of the poem is that the structure of the 16 syllables in each line could be either 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3 when the stanza is in a slow pace, or 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 when the stanza is in a fast pace. Okay? And when the pace of the story is fast, then the structure of the 16 syllables in each line is 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, and the rhyming is on 2 syllables of the last word at line, whereas when the pace of the story is slow, then the structure of the 16 syllables in each line is 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3, and the rhyming is on 3 syllables of the last word at line. And finally, the poet repeats at least on the last 3 letters of the last word in each line. Okay? So actually, that is because of the 5 things that I mentioned here, the poem is considered as a genius poem, because it is actually impossible almost to combine all the 5 things in one poem, but as you can see here, the great poet Shota Rustaveli succeeded to combine all the 5 characteristics in the great poem The Knight in the Panther Skin. Okay, thank you very much.